manual for teachers, and we're gonna reading through the characteristics of a teacher. We're on generosity. Ooh.
Number 7.
Number 7. Anybody want to read that besides me? I don't mind.
Should I?
Yeah, sure. Participation.
All right. The term generosity has special meaning to the teacher of God. It is not the usual meaning of the word. In fact, it is a meaning that must be learned and learned very carefully. Like all the other attributes of God's teachers, this one rests ultimately on trust. For without trust, no one can be generous in the true sense. To the world, generosity means giving away in the sense of giving up. To the teacher of God, it means giving away in order to keep. This has to be emphasized throughout the text and the workbook, but it is perhaps more alien to the thinking of the world than many other ideas in our curriculum. Its greater strangeness lies merely in the obviousness of its reversal of the world's thinking. In the clearest way possible and at the simplest of levels, the word means the exact opposite to the teachers of God and to the world.
Are you hear a little bit of an echo when you're talking? You hear that? Anybody else? Sue's echo?
I do hear the echo.
It's weird, huh?
Yeah, I hear it a little bit. I can hear you clearly, but there is an echo.
I wonder, do you have multiple mics on or something?
I do not.
It's weird. Okay. It's kind of otherworldly. It's like an angel speaking.
Oh, Brian, do you have maybe? I know sometimes it happens when somebody's mic is on too loud or someone's video is on really loud. And I see, Brian, your mic lighting up whenever I talk.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Let me see it.
Or maybe if there's like something on the speaker that's making it.
Yeah, you know what?
Maybe that's better.
We could try.
My volume button was being pinched by my holder.
Oh
So
no.
I think that might have been it.
There we go.
Mhm.
I like it. I think that might be better. Say something else, Angel. Yeah, it was Brian's fault. Brian.
Sorry, my angels were chiming in there.
Okay. Yeah, that was good. To give up generosity. I mean, to the normal world that we think of, if you give something, if you're generous, you have to give it away. But to the teacher of God, it means to keep it. And so just you think of all the things that if you give it away, you keep it. So if you give away love, you keep it. If you give away $1, you lose it. And so it's referring to things, non-physical things, because in the physical reality, the perceived reality, if you it's zero sum, and the zero sum means you have 10 things, and if I give you 5 and I take 5, then the remainder is 0. But the non-zero sum game, if I give you 5 units of love and I keep 5 units of love, I have all the love still. There's been no diminishment of love. If I engage in all my creativity with you and I go home, I still have all my creativity. In fact, I might have more creativity. It's
the only way to demonstrate that you have the creativity and to have the love, right?
That's
By
right.
giving it away is the proof that you have it.
That's right. I have it. I give it my compassion, my curiosity, my courage, all those things. You give it and you give more of it. Okay, verse 2.
The teacher of God is generous out of self-interest. This does not refer, however, to the self of which the world speaks. The teacher of God does not want anything he cannot give away because he realizes it would be valueless to him by definition. What would he want it for? He could only lose because of it. He could not gain. Therefore, he does not seek what only he could keep, because that is a guarantee of loss. But he does not want to suffer. Why should he ensure himself pain? Because he does want to keep for himself all things that are of God, and therefore for his son. These are the things that belong to him. These he can give away in true generosity, protecting them forever for himself.
Yeah. Self-interest, it's talking when the language is always has multiple meanings. So if you have self-interest for your separate self, then that's the zero-sum game. And I have my dollars, and if I give you my dollars, I lose those dollars. That amount of dollars I've given you, I have lost. But then that's not the real self, or the true self, or the ultimate self, the decision maker, I guess it's talking about, that can choose the life of separation, sin, and guilt versus connection, love, and forgiveness. Because that self, the one that can choose, that self-interest is that of abundance, right? It's like, I want to know myself. And in fact, that's all it is. To know thyself. That's the ultimate. It's ultimately what we really want. We want to know thyself. We want to know ourselves. Because that's all there is out there is ourself. And so it becomes a game that you can't lose, because how could you not know yourself unless you just want to forget for a little bit on purpose that you don't know yourself. That's what atonement is. That's what the Course talks about as atonement, is remembering what has always been. The atonement for your sins. It's not like you have to pay this giant price and you have to sacrifice the lamb and you have to get good because you're bad, like all that stuff that sometimes people speak about when they talk about atonement. Atonement is the recognition that you're already there. You're already in heaven. You're already you. And all the stuff and all the reasons why you're not atoned, you're not perfect, all those reasons is pointing to the life that you've made up. Is it your made up life of a character? My Jevonness and scarcity, my lack of dollars in the bank, or my lack of obedience for my children or my dog, or my lack of significance in the world. Like I'm not, I don't know, powerful enough or loved enough. My lack of acceptance into social circles or economic circles or any other circle. All these things are just perceptions I've had, made up definitions of who I am that have to do with this character named Jevon. But none of it's me, ultimately, because Jevon's going to stop. The story of Jevon will end. But will I end? That is the question. And if I ask that age-old question, who am I? wherever I'm at while I think on my story, while I'm in the middle of traffic, angry at that person that cut me off, or while I'm in the middle of a weekend that I'm not getting to my task that I need to get done, and instead I'm doing something that I don't want to be doing. I'm not doing the thing that I want to do. Instead, I am sitting at a skate park watching my kid skate around on a scooter. Oh man, I wish I wasn't here, because then if I was doing that other thing, then I'd be happy.
But the reason you were going to do the other thing is so that you can spend time with your kid.
I was doing the other thing, that's right, to prepare so I could make enough money so that I could have the freedom to spend time with my kid at a skate park. I have no time to spend time with my kid at a skate park. It's funny. It's funny. All right. Therefore, he does not seek what only he could keep, because that is the guarantee of loss. So when you think of things that only you can keep, that's like the difference between, the dollar, or even like a unit of time, right? I'm going to spend this time over here, and I'm not spending it with you. I'm not going to waste my time with you. Like that kind of thing. The zero sum of anything. When that verse 7 says, it's a guarantee of loss when I seek what only I could keep. And the reason it's a guarantee of loss is because everything in the perceived world leads to loss. So it doesn't make it bad. There's nothing bad about getting all the stuff and achieving and perceiving and, being a character. It just means you can't, suffering is inevitable. But that means that suffering's not bad either. There's nothing wrong with suffering. It's my own resistance to suffering that makes it hurt, though. If I suffer away, it's fine. It's actually, it's like the person that has the sore body, and they're like, oh my gosh, my body's sore, I'm gonna die. And then that same exact sensation for your body from the person who was at the gym the day before, and they're like, well, yeah, my body's sore. Sweet. I'm getting strong. And you think it's the same sensation. There's two different stories there, different experience. One, the resistance and the sensations are embraced. And the other one, the sensations and experience, they're resisted. But it's fine. You can accept it all. What if I did accept it all? That's the point. I think that's actually the point of the whole world, is to learn how to accept it all, the good and the bad. Because as you do accept it all, as you do learn to forgive completely, you realize that you are beyond the world, because the world is within you. And at some point, if you get everything that you wanted to out of having the experience of being the separate Sue, or the separate Brian, or the character Kristen, or whatever, at some point you're going to just stop doing it, because you got what you wanted. And maybe that's at death, or maybe it's before that, the classic enlightenment, where you step out of the game. And that process has to do with complete acceptance and letting everything be perfect, because none of it's you. Anybody else?
I think that's spot on. I mean, the more you're trusting, the more you're giving, the more you're letting things go, you're becoming lighter, right? Kind of like the Yogananda, when he was actually able to levitate. This guy, became such, in such tune with that way of thinking, was able to just not be here anymore. He's able to levitate and transcend, right? And even at one point, his heartbeat wasn't even existing at one point.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Yogananda with all his incredible things. That was that autobiography of a yogi, man. That's such a fun book.
and he was right here, up in Mount Washington,
Mhm.
up in LA there at the hotel. He bought the old Mount Washington hotel up there, and it's still there. It's their sanctuary right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area. But you know, having that mindset like you're talking about, and across all perception, right?
Well, and it's just incredible all the things you can use to support your separation game. You know, like that reading autobiography of a yogi was an incredible eye opener for me. But what it did though as well was it got me on a path of a different achievement path that kept me separate in a way. Right now I wanted to achieve all these sensational spiritual things. You know, I want to be able to levitate. I want to be able to do all this cool spiritual stuff. I want to be able to see the 5-pointed star when I meditate. I want to be able to all these things, right? It's all more achievement, and even if it's in a astral or etheric or a cosmic body, whatever the case, all those are all those are in the world of form. And the reason I know it's in the world of form is because it can happen and I can happen, and there can be simultaneously happening, which means there's two. And two is one is non-dual, right? Not two. But even talking about one presupposes there's something to perceive the one. That's why they say non-dual. It's like not two. Well, why don't you just say one? Well, because if there's one, then you have the presupposition that you're able to perceive the one, which means there's something not one. Anyway, that's kind of the idea behind it. It's mind bending because our language and our whole existence is built on
Separation.
Perception, existence, even existence. Existence itself is built on separation. And so, but it doesn't make it bad. I mean, of course, Yogananda, wow, what a beautiful expression of God. Incredible. But if I can't be him, if I can't do what he did, is my life worthy? Is it a good life? Did I accomplish enough? Am I spiritual enough? Am I, whatever it is, right? I remember I went through Yogananda's the fellowship, whatever that fellowship's called, I forget.
Self-realization fellowship.
There we go. I did that for a long time, however many years it was. And I got to the point where they say to get the Kriya initiation, the actual protocol to be able to, do all the magic. And they're like, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? The guy, the priest or whoever it was. And I'm like, yeah. And they get to the point there where they say, well, do you devote yourself until enlightenment to the master or something like that? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. this weird devotion to this other entity that they want to give you the secrets. And that's fine. I mean, I get the idea of it all, as they want to protect people from harming themselves, because you could, I mean, what is that called? When you unleash the Kriya
Kundalini awakening.
Yeah, like there's all kinds of stories about people messing themselves up so bad from unleashing uh, Kundalini energy and not being able to control it or having like know what to do with that power. You know? And so the idea behind it is out of grace for people for sure. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. This seems like it just didn't feel necessarily right to me. And so they have this structure, just like everything else, right? I'm sure Joseph Smith had this incredible experience, and then a structure got built around it, and now they have a religion, Mormonism. And I'm sure Muhammad had this crazy experience with God that was real, and then they built an architecture around it to try to keep it alive, right? And give that life that someone else had to somebody else. Keep the thing alive, keep the thing alive. Jesus, obviously, same thing. Christianity, on and on and on. You know what else? Who else did that? Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein had this great thing. It's like, oh, okay, I want to keep it alive. And in the same sense, when we try to keep some other life alive for somebody else, transfer that life, artificially transfer that experience that someone else had to you, it starts to, it starts to retard the original experience. It starts to diminish it, right? It starts to, because, and the reason is it's not my connection with God can't be someone else's connection. It can't be even the separate connection because I am that. I am that.
If you try to use energy to create energy, it inevitably dies, right? It has to be an authentic like creation. And this whole passage about generosity, that's exactly what it is. Like, if you feel like you have to give something up, like it costs something in order to get, then you've already trapped yourself in this negative spiral. That's the only way that it can go. And so, and that is the only way that the worldly teachings work, right?
Mhm.
And it's only by gaining this true generosity in the non-dual sense and this whole like dance of giving and like openness, that an openness that still that's not complacency, right? And that's what we're talking about, this true yeah, what is it, a truth that rests in the on ultimately on trust in the true sense, generosity in the true sense.
Mhm.
There's something they say about, I think, in sacred geometry as well. There's, I think this, I gotta learn more about that one in order to talk about it. But it's the same principle of if you engage in needing to give something up in order to get, then
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like all those in all those beautiful things that you you need to get devotion, for example. And so you need to reject everything outside of this belief system to get salvation.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no.
It's like, be afraid.
Yeah,
Have
you
grace.
need to be
Be
afraid of
afraid.
that.
Grace. Be afraid. Grace.
That's right. And it's the model of existing. To exist, there has to be something outside. You got to keep that tension. That tension is what keeps you alive. In the slack of complete acceptance, the tension goes away, and you realize that my whole identity was built on that tension. And when the tension's gone, I'm gone. But it's the tension that hurts. But I don't want to let tension go, because then who would I be? I would cease to exist. So, anybody.
So
Patient.
the attachment, right? So what are you afraid to not be attached to?
Yeah,
That's what's holding you.
that's what's holding me for real.
It's like for me, it's like my daughter, right?
Yeah, losing your daughter. That's a good one. My kids getting hurt. I'm like,
Because I told you I had that dream like a while back where I was like, I don't know if it was actually a dream. I felt like, I was just leaving my body. And then I started thinking about, well, my daughter, she's taken care of. And then I quickly came back down into my body. I was like, well, I can't leave just yet. That was holding me. That was holding me back.
You almost made it.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I could have just like left it. And I would just, if I let go, I was just moving on.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming back to us. We have the luxury of dealing with an otherworldly soul. Well, and I mean, it's true. Really, all of us are that. If we can engage with each other as like this beautiful thing, we come home. We have this new puppy, of course, Kobe, and when we come home, he's like the most excited thing ever. Like, he's so excited to see us, and you're like, oh wow. Somebody loves me that much every time. I was gone for 5 minutes and I come back and he's so excited to see me. And my reaction to his reaction is that of an open heart, right? My heart opens to such a beautiful show of affection. And he's the one who instigated that. And so his affection, complete abandon, like I give you gets so excited he pees on himself. And there's it doesn't diminish his ability to have affection. It creates more of it, right? And then it creates way more of it. Not only does he have a lot, but then in me, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, the kids are like, Charlie, my kid just got up. He wants to wait until everyone goes in first, and then after everybody comes in first, Charlie will come in last so that he can have affection all to himself after the dog goes to everybody, because it's so wonderful. It's never ending. Yeah, they can see you. Should we do patience too?
Sure.
Number 8.
Patience. Those who are certain of the outcome can afford to wait and wait without anxiety. Patience is natural to the teacher of God. All he sees is certain outcome at a time perhaps unknown to him as yet, but not in doubt. The time will be as right as is the answer. And this is true for everything that happens now or in the future. The past as well held no mistakes, nothing that did not serve to benefit the world, as well as him to whom it happened to happen. It seemed to happen, as well as to whom it seemed to happen. Perhaps it was not understood at the time. Even so, the teacher of God is willing to reconsider all his past decisions if they are causing pain to anyone. Patience is natural to those who trust. Sure of the ultimate interpretation of all things in time, no outcome already seen or yet to come can cause them fear.
Those who are certain of an outcome can afford to wait and wait without anxiety. What outcome is certain except for the one that's already happened? In the world where the thing you want to happen has not happened yet, that's a world of anxiety, because now you have to achieve it. You have to make it happen. And so the only one that is certain is the one that has already been achieved is the wrong word, but the one that's already happened. And so what do we really want? We really want contentment and peace. And the ego says seek but do not find. Keep on seeking, keep on searching, keep on achieving. Just around the corner, it's going to work this time. Oh yeah. A little more money, a little more fame, a little more, you get it right this time. You'll get it all together. It'll be perfectly. One more underwritten file, and then you'll be caught up. All of these lies. But if I could be patient, I'm like so impatient, man. Oh my gosh. But I love to be trapped up in this accomplishment. I love to accomplish stuff. I love to check stuff off my list. I love to do the thing that is really hard to do and complete it. That's fine.
I have to take the machine.
Shh. So anyway, guys, I want to add to that. We're just gonna truck through.
Sorry, I've been so quiet.
That's okay.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing as like what you're explaining. Like you have what you want and you need more. Same thing with money. You reached your goal, now you have another goal. Or like now that you have what you have, you're not content with it anymore, and it's just like more and more and more and more and more. It keeps going. Like I've reached my goal on certain things with life recently. It's like, okay, well, done with that, now I need more. and so how can you let go of certain things that really are unnecessary? That's the hard part. That's the struggling part. I mean, where's my white picket fence house?
Mm-hmm.
Like, am I never going to be happy until I get it? I'm going to be happy with what I've had. Like, our Chateau Blanquians, like it's a great place.
Mm-hmm.
So when can you let go of certain things? And if it comes to you, it comes to you. But if it doesn't, it's okay. Like you have an abundance amount of everything around you. You just don't see it.
I had a friend of mine who lived at a white picket fence house. It was a beautiful house.
Oh,
And he had a beautiful wife. Oh my gosh, she was so pretty. And they had 2 kids, and he was making a lot of money. He's very handsome. And you look at the outside, and you're like, wow, that's the life right there. And he was miserable.
Somebody else's life is the same thing with social media, which is so toxic. Is you don't post all the bad things. You post all the good stuff. So then you have this projection. I want to be just like that person. Like I want to be like Jevon and have a puppy in my house. How come I don't have a puppy? I want a puppy. No, it's like I'm not going to be happy until I get a puppy.
It's all, my life is completely perfect now. It's like enlightenment in a bag of fur. That's all you got to get is a dog.
What do you think about asking the question, like instead of asking, I will be happy once I get that, is will I be happy if I get that? Once I get that, right?
See, and then like I don't know. Like that's just
Yeah.
like you never know. Like what's it going to take to get there? And
Right.
are you going to be happy making that step to get there? Like, do I need to run 3 different businesses and stretch myself thin and be the breadwinner when I have a kid going into competitive cheer that's going to take 4 days a week for the next 6 months of my life away? My kid's doing this, like my other kid's doing this and that, and it just keeps going. And it's like, okay, but am I happy doing this? I'm tired. That's why I haven't been waking up the past 2 weeks. I am drained. So I don't know. It's really hard. Like, do I have what it takes to do it? I don't want to stretch myself thin. I don't want to be miserable. So I guess you got to find that happy balance. Like, what makes you happy? Are you happy just settling, letting go of the other stuff?
The game
I don't
is
know.
the game's noticing. That's the real trick. Is it's not the game really isn't about achieving anything. That's the lie. The game is just noticing the dynamic. You notice, just notice there's nothing wrong with achieving and trying to be happy, but notice while you do it that you never get there. Ever.
Yeah.
You just gotta notice it. That's it. So notice I'm achieving. I think this thing's gonna make me happy and make me content. So okay, great. Now notice as you go about it how you feel while you're trying to achieve, and then notice after you get it that it didn't work, that there's something else that you want to achieve after you achieve it. And as you notice that it doesn't work, you're like, well, what is it? What is this thing even that I'm trying to do called happy? What is happy? And turns out happy is just a particular experience that I think I'm trying to get. And I think I'm happy every once in a while, or I think I was happy, right? Oh, I used to be so happy when I didn't have kids, or I used to be so happy when I wasn't married, or I used to be so happy when I was married and I used to have kids and now they're gone. Or I used to be so happy when I lived in Missouri, or I was so happy. And you have these ideas of happy that you want to get back to again. Or my neighbor is so happy, or my friend with the white picket fence. Wow, look at them. They're so happy. I'm scrolling. Wow, look at that picture. They're so happy. I can see their whole life and I know exactly their inner struggles because of this picture that I'm looking at. I wish I could be that. I wish I could have that hot life. So I could be happy. So in that context, happy is just getting what your ego says you should search for. Happy is the cessation of wanting for a second. If you stop wanting for a second, we label that happy. But is that
That's
contentment?
true.
Is that contentment? Is that peace? Could it be those? Could it be those different experiences? Could be. Seems like to be.
Could be, maybe different experiences. I know that I haven't been able to travel since September. And I am a traveler. I travel all the time. I'm always going on trips. It's just something I do at least twice a month. I'm always doing something. I'm out of town for the weekend. I'm out of town for the week. And with what happened, I'm stuck at home, and it's like I'm miserable. I am so miserable that I can't leave the house. I've been canceling all my trips, and I keep planning new trips, canceling them again, planning new trips, canceling them again. And it's like, I told my husband actually this morning when he was getting ready for work, I was like, I am not happy. I am not happy because I'm stuck in this house and I can't leave it. He's like, you can do whatever you want. You have the keys to the car. If you want to take off for the weekend, you can take off for the weekend. You don't have to stay home. But you're making a decision to stay home. You don't have to stay home. I'm like, you're right. So why am I staying home? If I choose to stay home, but I'm going to complain that I am home. Like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe this is like girl thinking. I don't know. But that's just been me lately. I'm like, I'm not happy. But I should be happy. I know. I want new furniture. I'm not happy. I need a new cat. I need a new dog.
Yeah. So the most powerful thing is just to notice your own craziness, because it's totally crazy to think that these things are going to make us happy. They're not going to. It's going to be a cessation of wanting for a little bit. They're going to stop the wanting. Yeah. Just because, but just like my puppy that wants to bite me, I stopped the biting by giving him that. I stopped the biting of me by giving him something else to bite. The biting never stops.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're teething.
It's just a biting. Yeah, it's just a biting of something that's more appropriate to my life. And so the wanting of the ego never stops, ever. You just happen to give it something that is more appropriate to your desires.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah.
And then you label it happy, but the monster is still there. The biting monster, the wanting monster. I want that, want, consume, 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 consume. Ah.
Yeah.
And so contentment by definition is the lack of want. I'm content. I don't want any more.
Full. I had enough
Full.
pizza.
Yep. I want more pizza. No, I'm not content. I've had enough pizza. I'm content with pizza.
Yeah.
So what determines when you're done wanting? Is it the feeling of is it a satiated feeling that you have to get before you stop wanting? Well, if it is, that's a dangerous loop, because this feeling of satiation, of being satiated, I feel like enough, like you're eating ice cream and you got to wait till your blood sugar catches up, so you have this feeling of too much sugar in my blood. But if you eat really fast, your taste buds say more and more and more, but your equilibrium in your body hasn't caught up yet, and then you get sick as it catches up. You're like, I ate too much, because you just pounded it. And so if you wait for that, your perception mechanism to say satiated, it's just going to be like everything else. It's going to be the suffering loops. I want, I pursue, I achieve, I feel satiated. I don't need it anymore. I'm happy. My wanting blood sugar goes down, so to speak. Now I'm going to want again. I'm going to pursue. I'm going to achieve. I'm satiated. I'm sick, right? So eating too much ice cream. I'm going to stop. Okay, I don't need it anymore. And that's that's the story of the person who works their whole life and finally retires and then dies of a heart attack. Can't handle life without just the constant struggle. Or the depressed people when their kids leave the house. I'm so depressed, right? Empty nest. On and on and go, on and on. All these things that people think are going to make their life what they want, and they get them, and then it's horrible.
I remember how depressed I was when my oldest left, and it lasted about 2 months of depression. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad she's out of the house. I didn't ever think I'd be so happy. Because imagine having a bunch of teenagers coming in and out, like friends, etc. It's like, I'm gonna miss this. I can't live without her. I can't, and I had some depression for a little bit, but then I bounced out of it. I'm like, why am I depressed? Like, she lives 2 miles away from me. I see her almost every single day. I have freedom. Why am I depressed? I should be happy.
It's the ego.
Everybody want this?
Ego wants you to keep on searching. So when can I stop? The reality is I can stop anytime. It's just it's so difficult. I could be content. I am content. And I stress out. So I'm stressing out, let's say, about money. That's my go-to. There's not enough is what I tell. My ego loves to tell me there's not enough. I'm not enough, and there's not enough. And so I'll carry around that stress. And so for me to be okay, I literally have to go within and start doing these meditative exercises of letting go. these pent up places of energy within me. I got to let them go, and that could be however you do that within you. It's a releasing process for me, but it's like you can just breathe and say, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'll tell myself that all day long. It's okay.
Yeah.
Breathe, relax. You can start with the top. I'll start on the outside and the inside, from the top of my head all the way down to my toes, and start feeling my body, putting my awareness instead of out everywhere, and then to and feel internally all the places to notice. I don't even notice the
Where you're clenching and
I'm
tightening.
clenching. Yeah, I'm clenching. And so I release it, release it, release it. And I'll notice there are certain places that if I release, I'm scared to release it. I'll feel where it is. I'll feel where it is. And I'll know that I don't like the feeling, but I still don't want to release it because it feels like control. It feels like, oh, if I release that, I'm not going to be able to achieve this thing. And I need to achieve this thing for, it kind of feels like survival. If I let this go, I'm going to die. I'm like, okay, well, is that true? It's not true. I'm like, okay, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Release, release. Okay, it's going to be okay. Dude, you can do even the 4 square, even the breathing, right? You breathe, if you breathe in shorter, then you breathe out. It's a wonderful meditative exercise. Breathe in 3, hold for a second or 2, breathe out 4 counts. Breathe in 3 count, breathe out 4 count, or any number of where it's unequal. Breathing in less than breathing out. It's a wonderful meditative exercise. And what am I doing? I'm just releasing. I'm releasing. And that's the definition of forgiveness in this context. I'm just letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm letting go that thing that's harming me. Now, well, I'm letting go the thing that I'm creating the painful experience myself. I'm letting go that thing that I'm using to stab myself. Oh, I need this knife to protect against the burglars. Oh, stab myself. Ouch, that hurts so bad. I wish I could stop having this pain in my chest. It's like, bro, you're stabbing yourself. Yeah, but I need that knife to protect myself against the burglars. Stab. Why are you stabbing yourself? I need this knife to be able to protect myself from the danger. It's crazy. It's craziness. But all suffering is indeed crazy because it's all self-imposed. Ta-da! We figured it out.
Yeah, it feels like it's Friday already.
Oh, I know.
I
You
wish.
guys can all have the week off.
Well, I work tomorrow and then I have the rest of the week off. I worked all weekend. Sorry. Yeah, I did catering all weekend. I've been slammed. So I am excited. I'm actually going to take some time off this week and probably get a Joshua tree for the day and do some hiking.
That's gonna be amazing. Ooh.
I know. We got my daughter and I share the national park pass. It's pretty cheap. It's $80 a year, and you can go to any national park in the United States unlimited.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. So we take turns using it. And I was like, okay, you know what? Instead of sitting around and complaining that I'm not leaving my house, I just gotta get up and do it. That or just shut up and let it go.
Get out and do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Well,
y'all.
it's a lot of
Okay.
talk. Yes, nice
Glad
to
we
be
all
back,
got
you
to
guys.
meet.
Thank you for
Yes.
coming, everybody.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
Have a great week.
See you
Bye.
guys Friday.
See you soon.
See you Friday.
Bye.